Hello and welcome to another plenary edition of EU Decoded, the podcast by the EPP Group. Well, the European Parliament has just wrapped up another week in Strasbourg, and today we bring you the key debates shaping the EU agenda. From Europe's competitiveness and the future of the single market to cybersecurity challenges in the age of advanced AI, we break down the issues likely to shape the weeks and months ahead. Well, this week brought about what many businesses in Europe see as a step in the right direction, a deal between the European Parliament and EU member states on the long-awaited EU-US tariff agreement. The agreement is expected to bring more stability and predictability to transatlantic trade relations, while leaving room for further discussions on unresolved issues, particularly in the steel and aluminium sectors. So what does this agreement actually mean in practice?
It means legal certainty, it means predictability, and it means saving 16 million of jobs on both sides of the Atlantic. 16 million jobs and 16 million life destinies were at stake. But EPP was strong in convincing the other groups that we have to stop fighting about the ideology, we have to stop taking into account all the other matters, but only jobs, only safety for our citizens, for our people and for their future.
Throughout the months of negotiations, as pointed out by MEP Juliana Zovko, the EPP Group repeatedly warned about the economic risks of a tariff escalation between the EU and the United States. The group argued that Europe could not afford a trade conflict with its most important strategic and economic partner. Its goal was to secure a deal that would protect European companies, investments and jobs from prolonged uncertainty, while addressing growing industry concerns about the lack of predictability in transatlantic trade relations.
EPP is here to save transatlantic relations, and now with this deal we want the United States to carry on and to give us much more concessions that we expect for our steel industry, for our aluminium industry, and we have fulfilled our promise.
But Europe's competitiveness debate is increasingly focused on the strength of the single market. The EPP Group argues that Europe's growth depends on a deeper and more integrated single market, spanning goods, services, energy, telecommunications, and financial services. But to make that happen, the EU still needs to remove barriers inside this market.
Porque la burocracia no es solamente papeleo, la burocracia es la frontera invisible que divide Europa en 27 mercados.
Bureaucracy is not just paperwork. It is an invisible barrier dividing Europe into 27 separate markets, says MEP Dolores Montserrat. That barrier is holding back growth, innovation, and the ability of European companies to scale across the EU. She also highlighted the EPP Group's commitment to the principle of one Europe, one market, with 5 key priorities: cutting red tape, removing barriers for businesses, securing new trade agreements, ensuring affordable energy for industry, and a firm commitment to the digital transformation and artificial intelligence. For the EPP Group, completing the single market is no longer just about economic integration. It is about competitiveness, high-quality jobs, and creating better opportunities for SMEs and young talent.
Y por ello le pedimos a la Comisión que esto no sea otra promesa y que se cumplan los plazos, los objetivos medibles, el compromiso y la rendición de cuentas.
But as Europe deepens its single market and accelerates its digital transformation, this growing interconnection also brings new vulnerabilities. Critical infrastructure, data systems, and supply chains are increasingly exposed to cyber threats in an era of rapid technological change. And this is particularly true with the rise of advanced AI systems and growing concerns over technological sovereignty. As MEP Mikhail Babrikiewicz warned, AI can be a double-edged sword. It can strengthen Europe's security, but it can also strengthen those trying to undermine it.
And our enemies, our opponents, are learning very fast. A cyber attack today can stop production lines, paralyze transport, disrupt hospitals, expose personal data, and weaken citizens' trust in public institutions. Cybersecurity is a strategic, economic and security priority as AI makes attacks faster, larger and more autonomous. Advanced AI models can identify and exploit hidden software vulnerabilities. Therefore, mark a turning point for European cybersecurity. At stake are public safety, economic stability and democratic resilience. Europe must act pragmatically. We need a dedicated EU strategy for AI-driven cyber threats. And critical infrastructure and sensitive public data must not be excessively dependent on non-European clouds and AI systems.
European tech sovereignty cannot remain a long-term aspiration. It requires immediate action, said MEP Aura Sala, who expressed high expectations from the upcoming tech sovereignty package that is due later this month.
First, new procurement rules that prioritise European sovereign tech solutions. Second, ease smartly on our regulatory burden for scaling critical technologies. Third, focus on concrete actions on harmonisation of our single market and, of course, our capital markets union. Let's stop reacting in panic and only act when a crisis hits us and focus on concrete actions, spelling out the fact that we need to put our European companies first and make sure that we only do business with the US tech companies based on reciprocity, not on dangerous dependencies.
And finally, a more hopeful moment from Strasbourg. For the first time, the European Parliament awarded the European Order of Merit to individuals who have made an exceptional contribution to European integration and the defence of European values. The award aims to honour civic courage, leadership and commitment to the European project. As Parliament President Roberta Metsola put it, these laureates have shown that every time someone shows up, every time someone stands up, Europe is made stronger.
Some may not have thought of themselves as European builders. Perhaps they were simply following a passion, pursuing an ideal, defending a principle. But that is how Europe has always worked, through countless small acts of people who each in their own way kept our union moving forward.
This year, several members of the EPP family were among the laureates, including Moldovan President Maia Sandu, former German Chancellor Angela Merkel, and former Polish President Lech Walesa. The list also includes former Finnish President Sauli Niinisto, former European Parliament President and President of Poland Jerzy Buzek, former Austrian Chancellor Wolfgang Schüssel, and former European Commission Vice President Viviane Reding. So congratulations to all the laureates and a reminder that Europe is built by people willing to lead, unite and inspire. And that's all for this episode of EU Decoded. Make sure to follow the EPP Group on social media and stay tuned for the latest updates from the European Parliament. Goodbye.